the 10 powerful creatures in all of Star Wars. In today's video, we're counting down the top 10 powerful and fiercest creatures in the Star Wars universe. Some are so strange and terrifying, they seem more like monsters, but in reality, most are just trying to survive like any other wild animal. We'll be talking about massive beasts like the Rancor and Zillo Beast, and make sure to stick around until the end when we reveal the gigantic 7,432-meter-long Summa-verminoth. Let's dive in. 10. Giant spiders. So, did you know giant spiders are actually pretty common in the Star Wars universe? There are a bunch of species like the Krykna from Star Wars, Rebels, and the creepy knobby white ice spiders from The Mandalorian. They each have their own weird traits. The Krykna, for example, can grow up to 4 meters tall. They have a beaked mouth, only 6 legs, and their skin is so tough it can actually withstand blaster fire, even from starships. Then, you have the ice spiders from The Mandalorian, which are more like the spiders we know from Earth, just way bigger, reaching 2 meters in height. They live in icy places, like the planet Ilum. 9th, Wireshock. Kashyyyk, home to the Wookiees, is full of life, but that includes the terrifying Wireshock, a massive species of spider. Not only are they enormous and deadly, but they're also highly intelligent hunters. They can set webs to trap prey or actively hunt them down, using their webbing from a distance to trap their victims. The Wireshock stands about 3 meters tall, with a large, imposing body and long, deadly limbs that make it a fearsome predator on Kashyyyk. Wireshocks lay around 1,000 eggs each year. Once a hatchling emerges from the nearly impenetrable egg sac, it's hungry and will attack anything in its path. Interestingly, the eggs are used in Wookiee cuisine, including the famous Kashyyyk cake. First introduced in Star Wars Legends, they made their canon debut in Star Wars Jedi: Fallen Order. 8. Geonosian brain worms. Yoda once said, "Judge me by my size, do you? And well, you should not." While big creatures are terrifying, small ones can be just as dangerous. These creepy creatures first appeared in Star Wars: The Clone Wars, Season 1, Episode 5, Rising Malevolence. Take the brain worms of Geonosis. They grow about 3 meters long and slither up a host's nose to take control of their mind. A colony of these worms can even dominate entire societies, using both living and dead beings as hosts. However, they're vulnerable to cold. Low temperatures can incapacitate the worms and save the host. 7. Rancors. The Rancor is one of Star Wars' most iconic creatures, known for its terrifying presence in Star Wars Episode 6, Return of the Jedi, where Jabba the Hutt kept one as a pet to devour his enemies. These massive carnivorous reptiles are like a Tyrannosaurus Rex, but with arms long enough to actually grab and crush prey. While they may seem like mindless brutes, they're surprisingly intelligent. Rancors stand about 5 to 6 meters tall, and they're incredibly strong, difficult to injure, and will eat almost anything. 6. Sarlaccs. When the Sarlacc first appeared in Return of the Jedi, all we knew was it lived in the deserts of Tatooine, devoured its prey over 1,000 years, and was massive. The special edition added more detail, showing prehensile tendrils and a beaked mouth. But the expanded universe gives us much more. When a male and female Sarlacc meet, the male parasitically attaches to the female, absorbing her mass. Once he reaches her size, he bursts, releasing spores that become quadruped creatures. After 30,000 years, the Sarlacc buries itself, leaving only its mouth exposed, growing up to 328 feet long. 5. Vixus. So, imagine a creature scarier than a Sarlacc, a Vixus. This monster hides in the jungles of Umbara, waiting for its next meal. The Vixus is about 12 meters tall, and its tentacles look like vines and spread out over a 7-meter area, blending in with the jungle. When something touches one of its tentacles, the Vixus grabs it and pulls it straight into its big, hungry mouth. It also has a 3-pronged tongue that helps drag its prey in. The Vixus isn't the only scary creature like this. It's part of a family of monsters, including the Rathtar, Blixus, and even the Sarlacc. It first appeared in the Star Wars: The Clone Wars animated series in Season 6, Episode 2, called The Lost One. Fourth, Zillo Beasts. So, Zillo Beasts are these massive reptiles, standing 97 meters tall with scales as tough as armor. They're so strong, they can survive explosions and even lightsaber strikes, which is why some people thought they were gods. They were believed to be extinct until the Republic's army accidentally unearthed one during a battle, which was shown in Star Wars: The Clone Wars. After they caught it, Chancellor Palpatine studied it, but the beast broke free and started terrorizing Coruscant. In the end, the Republic had to use toxic gas to take it down. 3. Krayt dragons. Krayt dragons are giant reptiles from Tatooine, with some growing up to 100 meters long. They come in different sizes and have varying limbs, but all can produce krayt venom, a strong acid used to break down prey. These beasts first appeared in The Mandalorian, Season 2, Episode 1, where the Mandalorian helps defeat one. Their skeleton also briefly appears in A New Hope, when C-3PO wanders through the desert. Second, Purrgils. Purrgils are massive space whales that naturally travel through hyperspace using simu tunnels. Their ability to do so inspired many species to develop hyperspace technology, allowing for galaxy-wide exploration. However, their large size, up to 100 meters, and tendency to travel in groups made them hazardous to spacefaring ships, leading to numerous accidents. As a result, Purrgils are often seen as pests, and ships frequently open fire on their pods. This, combined with the danger they pose, has caused their numbers to decrease significantly across the galaxy. First, Summa-verminoth. Have you heard of the Summa-verminoth? It's probably the largest creature in Star Wars, measuring 24,383 feet long. These giant space jellyfish live in the Acades maelstrom near the planet Kessel. They have multiple eyes and electrified tentacles with suckers and stingers, which they use to snatch up anything that comes too close, especially starships. The cool part? The Summa-verminoth wasn't in the original script for Solo, a Star Wars story. It only made it into the movie after James Cline pitched the idea, and it added a whole new level of danger and mystery to the film. Star Wars is home to the most fascinating and fearsome creatures in science fiction. From giant monsters to deadly beasts, the galaxy is full of incredible wildlife. So, which Star Wars creature is your favorite? Let us know in the comments.